Hey guys, I want to welcome you into Doom Eternal. Great little game, but I'm going to show you the collectibles starting off with the first mission, Hell on Earth. In addition to the 13 exploration collectibles that you need to find, I'm going to show you 4 extra lives because you need to acquire 20 of them in a playthrough. So the first one's going to be this question mark on the map. You're going to start off in this room, we're going to come down and around. Now you need to punch a box into place so you can double jump on top of it, and that box is right here. When you put it in place, you'll see that question mark behind that gate. Well, the only way to access it is to go to the back opposite corner, punch open the wall. You'll see cracks in the wall indicating you can break it open. Follow the stairs down and around, and then you're going to have to jump up and out of this hole to claim the first collectible. It'll be a zombie toy. And once you got that, we're going to go and do that double jump up, back up to the top, and we're going to find the Modbot. You're going to find these, a few of them in this chapter. They're really easy to find, so use them as a point of reference for you to determine where you're currently located. Now, after the next room you go into, there's a combat arena. You're going to run right into the first codex. Very easy to find. They're very easy to spot because they're very colorful and bright. So now we're going to find a codex, and in the next area, you're going to see this building we have to go into. Well, there's another codex right in front of you. It's really hard to miss. Make sure you walk into it, and then we're going to go about 20 feet away, find the next Modbot. You'll run right into those 2 collectibles, so don't worry about them. Remember, you do have to get all the Modbots. Alright, so the next one's going to be a toy. So before we go into the open area, we're going to exit where the Modbot was, and then jump up into this hole to find the Doom Slayer toy. So we got another toy a little bit later on. It's going to be the question mark on the map over here. Now, in order to get it, we're going to actually run up the side of a fallen over semi-truck over here to our left. So when you enter this area, just look for this truck, jump up into the second floor of this building. We're going to break open a wall here to the left, and then drop down onto the question mark, which is where we'll find the toy. It'll also release and open that gate right in front of you, and we are going to go from that location to where this next codex is located. This codex is also going to be near 2 extra lives, which we'll pick up. So you can see there's the main street. Go across the street to get the yellow key card. But before you do that, come over here, grab the codex, and then we're going to drop down into the next room. You can see the little green icon on the map. That is the extra life. They're not tracked with the other collectibles, but there are 4 of them in this first mission. Remember, you need to collect 20 of them throughout a single save file. So from that extra life point, we're going to find a second one. So we're going to go across the street, go inside what used to be a parking garage, break open this barrier there, kill this dude, and swing around another wall you can break open, and behind that is where the extra life is. These icons will all appear on your map when you do get close enough to them. So if you're uncovering all the areas, the icons will eventually be on your screen. Alright, so you'll eventually run into yet another Modbot before you enter that train car. Make sure you interact with this, grab your upgrade. Alright, so now we're going to run to another codex. This one will be on your path. Before you turn right into the next area, just continue straight. You'll see the codex right in front of us here. So we're going to pick that up and go through the next entranceway. Once we enter the next set of tunnels, there's going to be one above us, and that's going to lead us to the question mark. But in order to get that, we have to actually go past it. So it's right above us here. Go past it, continue down to the hall to the split, turn to the right. You'll see a box. Above it is a hole you need to jump up. You're going to grab this collectible. Once you grab it, it'll open the grate in front of you. And that is a cheat code, so infinite lives. If you use the cheat code, it doesn't disable anything, although you can't do the Slayer room. Alright, so next extra life is the next arena that you come to. Now, you can do it during the arena or after you open the barrier, which I just done. Look for one of the elevators that is closed. You need to get up to the second floor, drop into the elevator shaft, and down into the car itself. And that'll open the doors. Alright, so extra life number 4. As soon as you leave that arena, you're going to head outside. A bunch of enemies will be here, a bunch of demons. You're going to see a bus crashed over on the side over here. It's easy to miss this one. And of course I fell. Don't worry, if you fall, you just lose a little life when you come back in. Alright, so you're going to get to the very end. There are 2 codexes here, one on opposite ends There'll be one in front of this gate here. And then there'll be one on the opposite corner, behind one of the 3 large statues in this area. So I'm going to take the stairs that are going up behind it. And there it is. That is all the collectibles in the first mission. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more trophy guides. Moving on to Chapter 2, we got Exultia. Now, this mission has 15 collectibles. I'm also going to show you once again the extra life locations and the secret encounters, for which there are 2. Now, starting off, we are actually going to be on your main ship here first. Part of the story quest is going to take you to get a gun and then go over to this Sentinel Crystal. And this is a tutorial, but that is actually a collectible for a different area, but it is story related, so just letting you know. So going into the actual mission number 2, the first extra life is going to be right near the beginning, and we're going to drop down to this little secret area and pick this one up. So now that we got that, we are going to move on to the next area. Now you're going to see there is a Codex entry right in front of us, so we're going to pick that up, but you're not actually going to walk right past it. You have to go and break open this wall. Instead of going right, you have to double back to the left in order to get this one. So it looks like you're going to walk right past it, but you will not. Alright, so now we're going to have our first rune here. You're going to come in the cylinder area and you're going to kind of make your way down. There's a little elevator. Now when you get off, you're going to actually see a 1-up, but we're not going to get that just yet. We're going to first drop down, and then you have to go all the way around here. There's going to be some enemies. Be careful you don't shock yourself, or put it on an easier difficulty, as I have here for my collectible run. So once we get to the very end, there's going to be a little station we can interact with. This is a rune. This is going to be one of the exploration collectibles. Now it is time to get that extra life. So what I'm going to do is, from that rune, which is actually right in front of us, I'm going to now jump up. And we can jump into the center area here and just circle around. We'll find the extra life eventually. Now we're going to find a toy. So from that rune that we just picked up moments ago, you're going to see a question mark that is below us. So we're going to follow the main story path as it makes its way down. But halfway down here, you're going to see an opening to the right. We're going to go inside of there, break open a wall to the left, and you'll find the toy. All right, so our first secret encounter. You're going to see the icons on the map. They're pink. You can see it right over there. So I just cleared out this encounter here. So now I'm going to go up the stairs and turn to the right, and you're going to see the little purple thing out in the distance. Now here, this is a tough jump. You have to do your dashing, jump up in the air. Don't fall like I just did. Once you're up here, you got to interact with this little pink circle. When you do that, it's going to initiate a secret encounter. We're going to have a couple of those little eyeball things coming at us from afar. Now we got 20 seconds to destroy these 2. I'm going to let them get a little closer. I'm going to shoot a grenade at them, then finish them off with my weapon. 10 seconds here. This is a timed encounter. If you fail it, don't worry. You can reinitiate and restart the secret encounter. There we go. With the eyeballs removed, secret encounter is now complete. So we're going to get a Codex entry. Now you're going to see there's a battery above me, but we can't reach that just yet. We're going to make our way around. Swing, double jump, dash to the wall. Now once we're up here, this is story path if you're following the objective. Once you get up here, you need to turn around and jump back to pick up this entry. Speaking of entries, we got another Codex entry. You're going to get to this area, and it's going to have a little spinning blade here in the center. So what you need to do is get up above it. So we don't want to go out that way. We're going to go over here, and there's a box. And what you need to do is push this back. So you're going to melee it, jump up, and there's going to be a Codex entry right next to one of your mission objectives. So you really are not going to miss this one. However, there is an extra life nearby, which you may miss. So in that same area, we are now going to head towards the objective marker. You'll see the icon on the map if you open it up. If you don't open it up, it's easy to miss this one. It's right below us, so we're going to jump across here and then jump back. Easy to spot as long as you turn around. Alright, so our 4th extra life. There are 6 extra life, by the way, in this second mission. you're going to see a journal entry. You can't pick that up. Well, you can, but first you're going to have to turn around and go behind a throne. This occurs right after a cutscene. So as soon as that cutscene is over, turn around and look behind that throne. Then go forward and pick up the Codex entry. Alright, so now it is time to get that Sentinel battery that we saw earlier. We were right underneath it but couldn't access. Now you can access it. In fact, you have to because it is story related. Alright, so we're going to get a record album here. You can see the question mark in this next area that I'm at. It's a very small area that I'm in. There is an encounter here. So you're going to see an arm on the ground with a hand reaching towards a crack in the wall, which you will eventually have to break open. Next to it is this box. You need to hit it from the, well, the opposite side. It's going to be the right side. One of these days, I promise you I'll hit the right side. There we go. Push it out of the way. Secret entrance leads you right to the album. Okay, our first Modbot in this, and actually the first and only Modbot in the second mission. It's close by, so right now I'm at that little secret tunnel that I was just in by the arm. So now you have to go and get that battery up there. But first we are going to come down here. You have to come this way. This is part of the story path. Along this route, you're going to find a map. Make sure you pick that up. And then we're going to actually go past that map. You see the map around this corner here. It would have been there to our right. Keep following this around, and we're going to jump to a wall, climb up. And you can see there's an extra life over to my right. I'm going to skip that. Instead, jump over to the Modbot. And this is literally on your path to your quest item that you have to get, so it's almost impossible to miss these Modbots. So now turn around, you want to jump over to the extra life. Alright, so number 10 is a codex. Remember, some of the things I'm showing you aren't actual collectibles like the extra life, but I'm still showing those as well as the secret encounters. So at this bit, we're going to jump to the wall. We're going to turn around and jump up. There's a dude shooting at me, of course. And there's going to be... Oh, of course he pushes me off. Let's try that again. This time without falling. And there's the Codex entry. Hard to miss that one, but just make sure you're looking left when you jump up to the staircase. Alright, so now you're going to we're rebuilding the Celestial Locator. We've opened up the 3 doors, but in that previous area... During this encounter, you had to jump down here. This is part of the quest line, the main story. Now, if you look down, this is just a little secret. I'm not entirely even sure what it is at the time of this recording, but there's a wall down here you can break open, and there's this secret base. So I'm just labeling it as secret because I don't know what it is. I'm sure I'll figure it out by the time you see this. Alright, so next up we got the second secret encounter. Now you're going to be in this area, you have these big statues, and this one has a long sword that you have to run along. It's part of the story path. But if you look down below it, you're going to see this pink orb. Activate it and it's going to trigger these little flying devil heads, demon heads. Destroy all of those and you will complete the secret encounter. Alright, so number 11, we got a Sentinel Crystal. Now, we picked one up at the very start of this video, but it wasn't part of the second mission. So we're going to do it again. Once you shoot this gun and break open the opening and you have a double dash here, keep following this path. And then it's actually, you don't want to jump up into that next little hole there. Instead, you want to drop down. You can also just go around the purple sludge to the left-hand side if you don't want to come from above. Watch out for the tentacles. The 12th collectible is going to be a Codex entry. You can see it down below. It's actually very close to the Slayer door. And we're going to spend a little time down here. And this one's actually going to be down in this corner over here. So you may see it from afar. We're going to pick that up. And then we are going to head over to... I guess it's more of an Easter egg more than anything. But I found it, thought it was a collectible, so I recorded it and captured it. Decided to throw it in the clip in here anyways. So from that previous one, jump from that one platform to the second one. As that one lowers, we're going to go into this little archway and find this little Easter egg. You can see them kind of like off the map here. And there's this little door. I'm assuming it's original Doom related. Anyways, that's that. So next we're going to get the Slayer key. So we're in that same area, and we're going to make our way up. And you're going to see the Slayer door. It's purple, but you have to get the key before you can access it. And the key is actually kind of above it. And you got to go past the door, past the Slayer door. And what we're going to do is jump up to the very top and then turn around and dash over to a new area. So up here, turn around and dash over to this upper area. Now from here, you can jump down to the lower platform, which contains the key. So that's the Slayer key. Now I'm going to show you how to get the other key, the Empyrean Key, or however you pronounce it. First, you need to go to the actual Slayer gate. Open it up using the key that we just got. Complete the Slayer gate. You have to complete it. There's 6 of them total. It is required for platinum anyway for something else, but you do need to get the key. That's one of the collectibles here. So I've completed it, and there's the key. You will find 6 of them throughout this entire game. All right, extra life number 6, the final one. We're not far from the Slayer gate. We're continuing down the path. Now you're going to see these electrical bolts charges. You don't want to go through there. Instead, look to the right and you'll see a 1-up down there. So what I'm going to do is actually jump down to it and then do a dash back to the wall behind me. There's an easier way of probably getting that, is kind of going around to the other side and then jumping back through that electrical charge. But if you fall there, don't worry. As long as you got the collectible, it'll count. So number 14 is a toy. You saw the question mark on the map. We are going to see this lava. We're going to jump over to this area, and around the corner is going to be the toy. The final mission 2 item of interest is going to be a Codex entry. You're going to see it right by the exit, near the exit to this mission. It's going to be really difficult for you to miss this, but it's possible. So there you go. Thank you guys for watching. This is mission 2. All right, so I'm going to show you the 3rd mission, Cultist Base. There are 17 total collectibles. Once again, I will also show you extra life locations as well as the secret encounters. So let's go ahead, kick things off. Once you spawn in, you don't want to go ahead. Instead, you need to turn to the right and pick up a codex. Now, unfortunately for me, I accidentally picked it up and didn't capture it, but it would be right here. Be easy to see. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you turn around. Next up, you're going to see a big skull suspended from the air, and we're going to follow the main story path for just a moment. So you'll have to do this, but we will eventually make our way over to a toy, which is the question mark on the map. Remember, you can always upgrade your suit to be able to reveal collectibles on the map. Of course, follow this video and you can save that. But anyways, you don't want to go through the green breakable barrier. Instead, you want to go find that little hallway there, break through another barrier, and then grab the toy on top of the skull. So we have a Sentinel Battery. We're up here. You can see I just did an encounter, and I'm going to actually travel along the outside of the cliff here to a secret area. We're going to have to break open the barrier and push this little switch here. Now this is going to reveal this airstream here. The gate's going to lower, so we need to go find that. So we're going to head back the way from which we came. We don't want to go up there. Instead, we're going to go through here underground and then push ourselves up. As you're getting pushed up, make sure you jump, because you got to get to a higher ledge. So that is the battery. Now the first extra life, I believe there are 7 in this mission, is from that same point. We're just going to jump back, go all the way to the end, and if you look straight down, you're going to see a exploding mine. Shoot that, and it'll actually release this extra life. Now I'm going to just kind of hop down here, and yeah, I'm going to try to do my best at embarrassing myself. So there you go. That is the extra life. Now the 4th collectible is a Praetor Suit Point. So just keep following. You got this little trap here. You hit it, and then the swinging blades come down. We're going to go to the end, and then we're going to go outside. The store's locked at first. You got to finish that encounter. And then outside here is a Praetor Suit Point. Just interact with that hologram. Alright, so now we got an extra life again. This is the second one. You only need to get 20 through a playthrough. However, I'm still showing them all to you because, you know, they're helpful, that's for sure. Alright, so here's the story path. You're supposed to go and do the climbing over there, but instead you want to go off to the right. You want to open up that barrier and then kind of do a low dash. And let's go ahead and climb a little higher, and we're going to make our way over to the extra life. Okay, it's going to now lower. Now this whole thing is basically a linear path. I know the map looks confusing, but this is all part of the linear path. Alright, so we're going to have another extra life. So we got an encounter down over there, but we're going to actually just jump off to the right here. Look for the pole hanging off the wall here, off the side. Swing, jump, turn left, break through that barrier, and there is extra life number 3. Okay, we have a rune. This is going to be our 5th collectible. So this is going to be part of the story path. I'm not entirely sure you can actually miss this unless you don't interact with it. But here's the basic premise. We're going to knock this little thing down. Some bars are going to raise up. We're going to swing across, turn around, swing back, and then dash over to the wall, grab onto it, turn around, and there's the rune. Now again, I believe the story path does take you here. We're going to actually pick it up from here and just find a secret. Again, this is not one of the listed collectibles for trophies. But it is a secret nonetheless, so we're going to jump up here, jump behind it, and we found the secret. Alright, so we got actually our first Modbot here in Mission 3. Once you go over that wall from the previous area, you're going to release this gate, and the Modbot will be right in front of you. But we're going to pick it up from that Modbot and head over to another suit point. This Praetor Suit Point, we're just going to turn left. There's going to be a barrier on the left we can break through right up here. It's elevated, you have to jump up to it. It is now time to find a Sentinel Battery. This is going to be the 8th collectible. So in the next area with the encounter, we completed it. Now we're going to go up this ramp towards the objective marker. Once I get up here, if I turn left, we'll find the battery. You'll also notice that one up, that extra life above us. So we're going to go get that next. So that's the Sentinel Battery. Next up is extra life number 4. Again, the extra lives don't count towards items or any collectibles other than the 20 you need. So we just turned around, head back to the end of the hall, hit that little switch. We're going to swing up. This is a timed event. You got to get up to this little wall and then just dash off the wall to get the extra life. So that was the same area as the battery. Alright, so next up, we got a few things here, starting off with the crystal. Now you're going to come here as part of the story. You're going to have to do a low dash. Use the extra dash power up right there. Get to the wall. This is story path. Turn around and jump across. So we're going to interact with that skull. You can see the crystal is now in front of you. It's going to be really hard for you to miss this one. I'm going to go ahead and increase my armor because I do have to max out one of those 3 categories, as do you. Alright, so next up is the secret encounter in the same area. Look for the pink orb. Now you do have to complete the encounter. You have to complete all the encounters and find all the collectibles. So that is the secret encounter. That is the first of 2. Alright, so now we're going to head towards the next objective marker from that previous area. And then we're going to have these little elevator lift things, one on each side. Kind of confusing, but we need to get over there. You see the objective marker, but you have to go underground. But we're going to actually go past where that objective is and swing around to the end. We're going to find another Praetor Suit Point. Now this next area is a little kind of tricky. We're going to get up to the 3rd floor. So go to the objective marker, hit the switch, swing across, grab the wall. This is story path right here. Jump over to where the 50-point armor is located. And we're going to take that up to basically the second floor. The basement, first floor, and second floor. So I guess 3 floors total. A whole bunch of enemies are going to be up here. Clear them out. And you're going to see the battery off to the right here in just a second behind the bars. Right there. So let me go ahead and clear out these enemies. Now you're going to reach the top floor. And if you've gone up the right elevator, you're going to be able to drop down to where the battery is located. Alright, that was a long one. But next up, we got a cheat code, and cheat codes are always fun. So we have another encounter, and you're going to see the question mark in the center of it. You're going to see a bunch of pillars here you got to raise. So we're going to swing around using those little pipes, and that is the cheat code. Alright, so from that previous location, we're actually going to now go underground, drop down this hallway, a bunch of enemies here. We're going to find a toy off to the right hand side. We're going to have to break through a little wall right here, right in the middle of where all those blades are located. Find another Praetor Suit Point. You're going to see this little circular area, that big rectangle hovering in the center. You're supposed to go that way instead. Turn around, you'll find the suit point. Make sure you don't follow the objective marker until you turn around and get that. Alright, second secret encounter. Just a little bit later on, you're going to see these big cylinders, and you're going to have to climb up the top like I'm doing here. Now once you're up at the top, we're going to follow the objective marker and then make an immediate right. Behind the wall is the secret encounter orb. We'll go ahead and use that. Once again, you do have to complete the encounter. They are getting a little bit more difficult now here in Mission 3. There we go. Alright, so that counter is complete. Let's get an extra life. It's really close. Just go back the way you were supposed to go. You'll see the one up down there. I hit the little button below. I'm jumping under where the extra life is and then grabbing the wall and then jumping back. That is how you get this extra life. Just make sure you don't get squished. Okay, so going from that point, we're going to find a record album. Again, making sure not to get squished. So we're going to jump across. We're going to go around to the left here. There's the little spikes that are raising and lowering. Once it lowers, we're going to sneak back and around, loop back around the way we came to get the record album. There's also just another secret in this area. A similar situation where we got to ride a lift. Right, this one right here. I'm going to have to wait for it to come back down. And you'll see the spinning head. Very creepy. So that's just a secret. Alright, next up we got an extra life. So in the next encounter that you're going to come up to, there's going to be an extra life. You're going to see it. It's going to be in a cave. You're going to have to jump off the cliff here into a cave, which you'll see below here in a second. There it is. So here is the secret. You just got to interact with this little device here to the right. It'll reveal the extra life. Alright, it is time to go get the Slayer key. Go to the Slayer gate and get the Empyrean key. So the Slayer key is near where the Slayer gate is located. Now in this area, you're going to knock down a big cross, the body on it. What we need to do is actually go underground. There's a little hidden area down here. You have to dash over to this, to the swing, to the wall, to the extra dash over there. And then finally up. We're going to turn around and we are going to find the Slayer key right up here. Bunch of platforming. Pretty fun to get to that one. Alright, so now that you got the key, let's go to the Slayer gate. So we'll just drop down. The gate's over here. very close by. Now you have to complete this encounter. This is 1 of 6. You're going to use the Slayer key, complete this encounter, and then you're going to get the Empyrean key. And you're going to have to get all 6 of them for platinum. Alright, so once you complete that encounter, you will get the key itself. Alright, so next up we got another Praetor Suit Point. This is the final area of the 3rd mission. You're going to see a question mark off to my right here. So I'm just going to turn to the right and go grab this real quick. And that's going to be the final main collectible in mission number 3. There is one more secret, which I will show you right now, just because you get to this round area, you see the statue. There's no actual statue here at the moment. Kill all the praying people around, the head will appear. It is time to dive into the Doom Hunter base. This is the 4th mission. Once again, there are 16 collectibles here that we're going to find. I'm also going to show you the extra lives as well as the secret encounters, to which there are 0, so none of those. Right in the very beginning, after actually, not the very beginning, but after the train, after you get off the train, you're going to be left here, and you're going to find a Modbot. This is going to be in your story path. You're going to have to, again, go out of your way to avoid this. This guy is going to be right over here. I've already activated him. So the second one, now if I turn around, you'll see there's a 1-up above us. Well, I'm going to actually head back past that 1-up to go and get this Praetor Suit Point. You see there's the 1-up. We'll come back in a moment. Now we're going to double jump, dash, and get this Praetor Suit Point. So this is where you started after you got off the train. Alright, so now let's turn back around and go ahead and get this 1-up over here. Get that extra life. Time your jump, dash, not too hard to get into there. So next up we have a Sentinel Battery. So you're going to continue forward past the Modbot into an encounter. After you've cleared that encounter, there's going to be a Sentinel Battery behind that gate. Well, in order to get there, you have to go through the floor and go around and back up to get the Sentinel Battery. Alright, next up we got a Codex Entry. So I'm actually at that same point where I got the last battery. So from there, I'm just going to continue, follow the objective. All of these collectibles are going to be within the line of the objective marker, in case you get confused. It's a rather linear game. It doesn't really look like it, but it really is. But once you get upside here, up those stairs, make sure you get that Codex Entry. Then we're going to go to the next encounter area. And we're going to go after this little question mark up here. So I'm going to jump onto this platform. And you can see it up ahead in the little tunnel. Okay, so from that previous spot, I am now going to go and get the Codex Entry, so we're just going to jump down. This is going to be in your way. It's going to be kind of hard to miss this one, but it's right there in case you need to know. Next up, we got a rune. This is going to be right in the same room. It's going to be really easy to find this one. Alright, so we got a record album. Now, this is kind of a little bit of a confusing area. It is part of the story path. You'll have to do certain parts of this. But I'm going to have to climb up into this cage. You see that question mark up there. So we're going to head there. I believe you have to go in there anyway. So we're just going to jump. Now, when you jump back to the center column, we need to go in through a little opening on the back side there on the top right. So what I'm going to do is just jump over here to the left and then jump off of this and then jump back towards where the hole is. There it is. You may fall a few times, but don't sweat it, you'll get it. Alright, so that was the record album. Now we're going to find a cheat code. These are, of course, are the fun ones. So we're just going to jump into the next area. You got to interact with this anyways, and it's going to turn this column. You now have a climbing spot, and what we're going to do is actually go up. You climb up to the very, very top, and there's the question mark. It's going to contain the silver bullet mode. Now from this spot, we're actually going to go right down below us. So all you need to do is just jump into the hole, and that's going to lead us to another suit point. So 3 collectibles real close by right there. The suit point, and then the comic, or the record, and then the cheat code, rather. Sentinel Batteries up next. You're going to come up. You're supposed to go left, but you're going to go straight instead. You're going to double jump, attach to the wall, and then use this extra dash you're given. I'm going to jump through this window here. If you don't make the window, don't worry. You can climb up the wall nearby. And that is where the battery is. Now you can continue on the story path progression from here. You just go up that little ramp behind me. Instead, I'm actually going to get down to the lower level, because there are going to be 2 collectibles we need. First is going to be the second extra life. And now we have a Sentinel Crystal just on the opposite side of the same platform. Alright, so after that, follow the objective marker. You're going to get to the end of the path, and then you're going to circle around up these ramps. As I'm circling around up these ramps, I'm going to go through the laser grid here to the right. We'll turn on and off and jump up into this cargo container above us. Okay, next thing I'm going to show you is the third extra life in this mission. So you can see here, there's actually a collectible below me, a question mark, but I am going to skip that for now and head towards the objective marker. And then the bottom of this opening that I'm about to go into, once we climb up into the actual thing, there we go. You got the little spinning fan blade here. You want to just go around to the back side of it before you move on to get that extra life. Now behind that area where that objective was, there's a ring. It's an optional area you can jump over to, and if you jump over to it, keep going counterclockwise around it until you eventually get to the Praetor Suit Point. Alright, so now I'm going to go head back towards the objective marker from the ring. And then you can see there's one below me, the question mark, and then a Codex entry in front of me. So I'm going to grab this Codex entry. By grabbing this Codex entry, it's now going to open a little secret trap door. So from that area, if you turn around, we're going to be able to go into where the question mark is. But first you got to open the trap door. And that is the final collectible, the toy in the 4th mission. Alright, we are now dipping our toe into the Super Gore nest. This is the 5th mission. There's 23 collectibles, by far the most so far. There are also going to be some extra lives I will show you, as well as the location of the 2 secret encounters. So, starting the mission off here, we're in kind of the subway station. So we are going to just travel, follow, this is the story path, and as soon as you jump up the top of this car, you'll see the Codex sitting out here in the distance kind of glowing. So just jump down there and get it. Alright, so now we're going to enter the next area. It looks like there's 2 collectibles very close to me, the extra life and something else. Well, we're skipping that. We're going to go to the far back right corner and enter this doorway here. Now this doorway is going to be blocked until a certain scripted event happens in the game. But once it's broken open, you can now come back here and get the Codex. Now from here, we're going to go do a couple wall jumps on a nearby wall just to our left. Let's go ahead and turn back around, jump up on the wall. That didn't work out so well. There we go. Now that we've climbed up here, just kill these people. There's a Modbot right back here in the corner. Now we're going to go and get an extra life. We're actually going to kind of circle back around to where we began this area. So I'm just going to follow this path here, jump across. There's going to be a wall here to the right we're going to break open. Now this will put us right back where we kind of came in. Here is an extra life. You may have seen it earlier, but we've kind of gone in a big loop. Now that we've done that loop, we can go and get the next collectible nearby. It was not available until now. So from this spot, just go about 10 feet away into this little cave, and there's going to be another suit upgrade for you. An armor, Praetor Suit Point. Words are difficult for me today, apparently. Okay, so now we're going to kind of go back into a previous area. We just busted the wall into this area, so we're going to head back through that wall we just busted open. Alright, so what we need to do is get up to the second level, and then use these little twigs or whatever, branches that are sticking off, to double jump as high as you can to get to the upper level, and then turn around, do it again, and then go around this piece, and you'll run right into a toy. Alright, so we got another suit point. We are in an area, there's a whole bunch of things that are going to happen. You'll recognize this, but there's 3 tunnels. The one to the left is going to have a Praetor Suit Point. So we're going to pick that up. Now we're going to do a secret encounter. So I'm going to turn around from that suit location, go over to the pink area on the map. And we're going to interact with the orb. So go back out to the kind of the main room here. Go down the right tunnel path. Interact with the orb. There's a couple tough enemies here. Your biggest challenge is going to be the time, however. So kill them as fast as you can. And provided you do it within time, you'll get it complete. If you fail, don't worry, you can restart it as often as you need. There you go. Secret encounter completed. There's 2 of them in this mission. Alright, so now we have a rune. So we're gonna go back out, kind of that central area. We just got the yellow gate key, so we are gonna now go through that gate. This is part of the story path. But then you need to go to the right at the split, and that'll shoot you up to a rune. Okay, just following the objective, which is basically what we've been doing throughout this entire time. Coming to this big, massive open area. There's actually a hidden cave down here in the middle that I'm going to jump down, and you can break through the little barrier there, revealing a cheat. This is the infinite ammo cheat code. Alright, so we have an extra life kind of in this area. So we're going to go underground. This door is locked off originally, so you may have to do a scripted event before you can gain access into here. Just use this little pole here to swing up and dash over. Oh, or not. Let's try that again. Jump up, swing, and dash or double jump. Extra life acquired. Alright, so now we got Sentinel Crystal. This is going to be the 9th true collectible in this mission. So we're just going to follow the path. Now you're not going to miss this one because you need to go to the right and you're going to see this thing right in front of you. So you'll have to go out of your way to miss that. Alright, so next we're at the next enemy encounter, and there's going to be a Codex file, so I'm going to try to jump over that. Electricity, you're going to see a weapon. It's locked off currently, but just behind it is going to be the Codex. You're probably not going to miss that one either. Here's a Sentinel Battery. And you can see there's a few other things on the map as well. But this one you're going to get the rad suit, and then you need to jump through the slime. Another rad suit, and go behind it and keep following this path, and you'll run right to the Sentinel Battery. Now we're gonna go from this spot, except on the other side of that grate, and we're gonna get to just a secret. No idea what it is, but it is going to lead us to a secret encounter. So you see that barrier up there can be broken, so we're gonna use this stick. Oh, we missed it. But I did break it open, so let's go ahead and do that again. Ooh, almost missed it, but we're safe. I'll follow this around. You can see the secret at the end. But down there, just to the left, is our next area where we're going. That's the secret encounter. Figured we'd pick that secret up, whatever it may be. Alright, so the secret encounter, I'm going to see if I get back to that ledge. Oh, it's short. No biggie. Alright, just jump in here. Interact with the orb. This one, again, is not too difficult, but at the time, these are starting to get more difficult. There's going to be a whole bunch of people down here. You got to clear them all, so if you got grenades, they work pretty well on these weaklings. Okay, there we have about 4 seconds to spare. Secret encounter completed. Now we're going to go to a toy. So from the current location, it's going to be that question mark around the corner. So let's just go outside, go around the corner. Okay, we got another Praetor Suit Point. So I'm basically up above our previous location. You have to get this key. You get the red Gore key. Now you can go in through a tunnel to the left and you'll find the suit point. Time for the third extra life in this mission. Now you can see it down and around the corner there. So we're going to actually kind of backtrack just a little bit. Now there's this wall over here. You came up from that side. Now there's another opposite wall here, and what you need to do is jump down under these pipes and then dash over to the slime river before the waterfall. And right up there is the one up. A little tricky, a little dangerous. If you don't need the extra life, then maybe consider skipping that one. Alright, next up is a Modbot. You're about to pass the map. It'll be just to my left when we continue. The Modbot's going to be down to the right. You can see it's behind that barrier. So you're going to be greeted with a whole bunch of enemies. Once you've cleared that encounter, just come around to the back, interact with the skull. It'll open a door and we can now access the Modbot. Alright, time for extra life number 4. You got a big open area here. You're going to see there's a extra life way over here. Now you have to come here as part of the story, so you're going to you might run into this without even realizing it. But there was a 1-up and I missed it. Missed it again. Third time's a charm. Alright, another Praetor Suit Point. Not far from the previous location, but once you're up high now, and you're going to go to the objective point, and it's going to be really hard for you to miss this one because it's just to the left of where you need to punch the stone. Time for a battery here. So we're very close to where we just were. We push that stone, we grab the thing, push the stone, climb up here. This is the story path, so just do some platforming. Okay, once you get to the end here, look for this wall, climb up it. Now look, let me grab the health. Look over here to the left-hand side, and you can pick up the battery. Now there are 2 other things we're going to get in this immediate area, one of which is a record. So from that previous battery location, I'm going to run outside the window. I'm going to jump onto this pole. You can see the question mark in the building just beyond. Pick that up. Now head back across. Swing back across, and now we're going to go up some stairs. So if we'd gone the normally, we'd go up these stairs. Here is the rune. You're not going to miss that one. It's literally in your way. Praetor Suit Point. We're just a little bit from where we previously were. You can see the question mark here. So we're going to go outside. Now we gotta go down and under, grab the wall. If you grab this wall, there's a couple walls you can grab, but look for the one in the far corner, way out in the distance, because if you grab this one, you can look back and grab the suit point. Alright, we have another record just ahead. So a little bit later on, you'll have another encounter. You're gonna go across this little narrow bridgeway, and then you're going to see another door. The blue key is going to open it up. You're not going to miss this one. It'll literally be blinding you. It's right in the way. You're going to pick that up, and it is another record. All right, so leave that room, and then we're going to jump up to the center column here and open up the blue door. Take this little airlift and then use it to, and then dash over to the question mark. Once you pick that up, turn around, and we're going to actually dash across, but we're going to look for this wall over there. So we're going to dash across. We're going to use that same air vent here. Put you up, dash over to the wall. Now this is a pretty lengthy run, so we're going to open this gate, follow this all the way to the end, drop down into the ground. You're going to have one of those invisible, stealthy enemies here in a moment. There he is. I'm just going to leave him be. Grab the armor, and there is the Sentinel Battery. Now, you may have also seen the Slayer Key, which will, of course, be the next thing we pick up. It's not listed as an actual collectible, but it is an important item that we need. So pick that up, and now we're going to go over to the Slayer Gate, which is nearby. Follow the pipe. Okay, open that up, complete the encounter, make sure you complete it, and then pick up the Empyrean Key. And that is our final collectible. Alright, let's stroll right on into the Arc Complex mission. There are 25 collectibles. I believe there are 3 extra lives you can acquire in here, which I'll show you. And then the 2 secret encounters as well. So, let's go ahead and start off with the first codex, the first collectible. It's going to be right near the beginning, right above where you have your next encounter. So I'm just going to stroll down here, and then instead I'm going to go look to the back corner right room around the corner here. And there's our friend, our toy. So we got a Praetor Suit Point here. Just a little bit later, you're going to end up coming down a bunch of ramps, and then you're going to be down here. You're going to be trapped. You're going to be locked in. It's going to be an encounter here. You can see the barriers up there. Well, in the back corner, when you come down the stairs into this room, you just turn right, you'll find that collectible. So there's a Modbot. A little bit later on, you can see we've cleared a couple encounters. Now we are heading up. And now you see there's a few collectibles here, including the map. But we'll go ahead and get the Modbot first. So we're just going to go up to the second floor here. And you'll find them. Not too difficult to find this one. Alright, so now there's a toy. Now I'm currently still at the Modbot location. So we're going to go to the toy from the Modbot. Do that, we're going to go up the stairs, up to the 3rd floor, and then the map will be right in front of you. I'm not showing the maps as part of the collectible guide. However, it was right there, right in front of us. It's also the Slayer door right behind us. So we're just going to jump boost over, and there are 2 collectibles in here, a toy and then a battery. So make sure you get both the toy and the battery. Alright, so now we're going to go get the Slayer Key. The Slayer Key we're going to need, and that is going to be above us. Just go ahead, jump over to this wall, grab on, and then just jump backwards. Alright, so let's go get the Empyrean Key here. So we got to go to the gate. The Slayer Gate is going to be... let's see. I think I got turned around here. We'll find it here in just a second. We literally walked right past it. There it is. Right up the stairs. Up to that 3rd floor again. There's the door. Alright, so same thing as the previous ones. All you need to do is win the encounter. If you do, you'll be able to get this key. Alright, how about a cheat code? So we're going to go a little bit further on. We're in the new area now, and you see there's a couple question marks here. You see this enemy popped out of the floor. All you need to do is jump into the hole that it jumps out of, and you can pick up the cheat code. All right, once you've grabbed the Codex, just turn around, go back down one floor, and we're going to go out the back window. Once we do that, around the corner to your right is going to be the Sentinel Crystal. Oh, and apparently a demon as well. Now, once you got that, we're going to go get the first extra life in the 6th mission here. You're going to see it in front of me. I have to jump. This is actually where you're jumping around around the inside of the buildings, kind of like a courtyard. What you need to do is push this box into place. This is story progression. I apologize if I ruined the puzzle to you, but you got to jump into this next room, and you're supposed to hit the button on the panel. Well, you're actually going to still do that. But before you do, or after, there's a 1-up if you break open the wall next to it on the right, which will eventually lead you now to the Praetor Suit Point. So as you're making your way up through the building, you're eventually going to be able to jump up and out. You're going to see a hologram. When you see it, turn around, look to your left. Turn around, look to the left. All right, I'm going to take you to a codex now, the 12th one in this mission. Now you can see we just had an encounter. We went up the big ramp, had an encounter, and then you're going to come up to the 2nd floor here, and you're going to see a Codex entry here in the corner next to the gas. Now across the way, you'll also see a Praetor Suit Point to the left and a secret encounter to the right. So first things first, get that coin, and then we're going to trigger the secret encounter. I believe there are only 3 enemies. These mean round balls, and then there's a this guy over here. 5 seconds left. 3, 2. 1.39. Not the greatest, but we got the job done. So continue along the path. Continue making your way around, and we are nearing yet another question mark. It is going to be off to the left around the corner. Second extra life. So we're going to jump over to the next area. Jump from one building to the next. Second extra life. First room to the right. So from that extra life, there's actually a rune really close by. We're going to turn around and go off to the right. There's going to be a hole in the floor we can drop down. When you do, the rune will be right in front of you. Alright, we got a Codex entry here. We can see we got another encounter that I'm about to deal with, and there is a Codex entry in the back right corner. Now normally, I clear the enemies before trying to record such collectibles. Because I said the back right corner, not the middle. I get confused easily. This is why I clear enemies first. Alright, it's the back right corner, there it is. So number 17 is going to be another Sentinel Battery. We just came down an elevator, as you can see the circle on the map. We just came out of the elevator, so we're just going to go straight. And then you'll actually probably see it right through the window there. In order to get there, you just got to go in around the back side through that open window. Alright, now we have another Codex entry. We're going to have a quick succession of collectibles here in just a moment. As you can see, there's 4 question marks relatively close by. So first thing is going to be a Codex entry. We're going to make our way through. Oh, the floor drops. Of course it does. So what I'm going to do is clear out these enemies the best I can. And that's that. So now I'm going to go back up top. Now there is going to be one more guy up here. I'm just going to ignore him here in just a second. Go grab the Codex file. But it'll be in the back left corner here. We're going to grab that, and through the power of editing, I'm going to make him go away. And then go right around the corner. I'm going to go straight forward through a hole in the wall. And immediately look right, and that'll find the suit point. Now we also have a rune lurking around. So you can see I'm still at the Praetor point. We are going to head over towards the combat encounter. Now before I go in there, I'm just going to immediately drop down, look over here to the left and pick this up. So you can do that before you even engage in the encounter. Alright, so a little bit later on, we're going to find another Sentinel battery. So just follow the objective marker, and then you're going to enter this room with the pink sludge on the floor. Hit this box, hit it twice, and then you're going to have to use this box and this bar, swing around, and then zip over to where the Sentinel battery is located. Okay, so now I'm up top in a somewhat new area, and we are going to find a codec file. You see that door is locked. Well, you have to do is go into the side room over here, interact with the panel, and that'll now unlock the door. So we're going to backtrack to that other door. The door you see over here to the left, that's where you're supposed to go. But first, make sure you unlock this door, come back in here and get the codec file. Now we're also going to get our third extra life in the same area. Just jump up to this and then right around the back. Okay, let's go ahead and get a record. Actually, this and the next collectible would be records. So we're just dropping down, going into the back corner here. Quake, was that Quake 3? My eyesight's not quite as good. No matter, we have a secret encounter in this same room. So let's go ahead and trigger this. See what they got for us. I can't even tell you how much fun this game is. I'm assuming if you're watching this video or this far into it, you're probably playing the game at some point. So hopefully you agree. If you haven't played it yet, consider it. It's really, really, really good. Alright, so we got two more collectibles near the very, very end where we're going to finish up this mission. We got a record. So once again, I'm not clearing the enemies first. There's a record in the side room. You got to interact with this panel to reveal the door, open the door. So that is the record. There's one more. So we are going to go down into the basement. Now you're going to have to clear all the enemies before you can go into this door where the suit point is located. Watch this editing, it's pretty good. Anyways, that is all the collectibles for the 6th mission. It is time to take a journey through Mars Core. This is the 7th mission of the game. There are 20 collectibles here. Of course, I'll show you the extra lives as well as the secret encounters, for which there are 2. Then there are 6 extra lives in this, I believe. So near the beginning, after you get off an elevator, you're going to find a first rune right basically in your way. So just follow the main path through the big door and it'll be right in front of you. From that rune, just kind of circle around, and then you're going to come up to an area, and there's going to be an extra life, the first of, again, 6. And it's just kind of floating in the air on the left-hand side of the path. Easy spot, not too difficult to get. Alright, so now our second collectible is the Sentinel Battery. Now you can see my character, I've progressed to the next section, and I've cleared out this encounter, and then you drop down a cylinder. When you do, if you travel all the way down this end here, you will find the battery. So make sure you get that battery before you go the other way. Now we're going to find a Praetor Suit Point nearby where you get the map. You're going to be in this room with a bunch of these cylinders. You got to get in this one here in the corner and then jump over to the other one. But you need to jump on top of that can. So wait for it to be lower than you, and then jump over on top of it, and then you can get the point. So number 4 is a Codex. So I'm basically kind of above where I just was, where we got that collectible. So now we're just going to actually continue, go to the opposite side of these cylinders, and jump up to a higher path there. And it is actually the mission objective here, so you're going to have to come down this way anyways. But as long as you turn left, immediately you'll find the Codex. So as you can see, I'm heading over to a whole new area with a whole bunch of encounters, it looks like. So we're going to go ahead jump into this, and then we're going to turn right. There's going to be some enemies here. And then we're going to go into this room back here. You'll find a 1-up. Now, you'll see a question mark. We can't get that yet, so don't worry about it. That is just an extra life. So we're continuing down the story path, and then there's around the corner, there's going to be 2 items. One is going to be in one of the secret encounters, and then the other is going to be a suit point. So, and they're both right next to each other, right there. You will have to break down the wall. You'll fall down into a lower level and then break through the wall. So here's the secret encounter. Remember, I don't think it was too difficult. There we go. So that is the first of 2 secret encounters. So our 6th collectible is going to be a little bit later. I'm actually currently in an elevator heading up, following the story path, but we're going to find a toy. So I'm just going to circle back around over here first, grab the toy. Now there's also a rune nearby. Now instead we're going to go over to the console, hit some buttons here. It's going to open a door, and just on the other side of that door is going to be the rune. Alright, next up is a cheat code. The cheat codes are always great. Here we go. We're going to go up this little hill, and then you're going to see a question mark. And I'm going to go to that. I got to go backwards here. To the left, and then you're going to go down to the lower level. As long as you can find the lower level, you'll be okay. Then you're going to find one of those push lift things. The first one you'll come to, not that second one. That'll get you out of here. This, if you take it, will take you to the cheat code. Avoid falling down here. You want to stay up here because we're going to move on to the next one. It's going to bring you to another one of the Praetor Suit Points. So right where we just were, where we got the cheat code, stay up here and go through this opening over here. Now you got to climb up some boxes, and then you're just going to follow this path. You'll find it. Alright, so we're going from the previous location. There was where the suit was. And you can see the record is above us. However, you can't reach it, so you're going to have to go forward and then turn around and then come back. Just use these bars here. And then swing on back. Alright, so at the end of that swinging section, which I just partially did, there's going to be an extra life, so let's go ahead and pick that up in case you still want those or need them. We got to bust through this little barrier here, and you'll land right on top of it. Alright, so from that extra life location, we are going to go down to an optional area. It's going to have a secret encounter as well as another collectible. So we have to basically go up through that hole. That's a little difficult to get up there. It's much easier to just drop down. Then go through the front door over here to the back, and then you can get airlifted up top. Alright, so at this point we have the secret encounter, and then they're going to have the question mark. We'll get up there in just a moment. Let's go ahead and complete this encounter first. Well, it wasn't pretty, but we got the job done. So we're going to go ahead and take this blue lift over here. It's going to take us to the toy. It's going to be right around the backside of that pedestal. There we go. Now get back on the main story path. That was a little detour. Everything else up to that point was kind of on the line where I was nudging you a little bit left and right, but that last two were kind of off on their own. All right, so you're gonna get to the section, and you're gonna have to use this push, and then we're gonna fall on this little island, jump over to the middle one, and grab that extra life. That is number 4. Now we're gonna kind of sequence a series of collectibles. Next up is gonna be the Praetor Suit Point. So from that previous extra life location, you can see it way out in the distance if you got good eyes. And then we'll go ahead and boost right up that. Whoa! I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea how I didn't fall there. Either way, I got the collectible, and now we're gonna show you the location of the next extra life. So from that previous suit point, we're going to turn and drop down to the next island. But you see there's a lower level to it. So we're going to drop down to the base. And then from here, jump over to the next floating island. And you're going to wall grab here. And then you're going to have to jump over to the next wall and then boost into the one up and then back to the wall. A little dangerous, so if you don't need it, feel free to avoid it. Alright, so on that island where that extra life was, if you get to the top side of it, we're going to make our way up to the top. There is a collectible at the very top, a battery, but you can't reach it from this island. Instead, you have to jump all the way across over here, which we'll be doing again in just a moment. And now we're going to jump back, and this time we're going to jump onto the top platform of this structure where you'll find the battery. So now that you picked it up, we're going to go jump all the way back over, and we're going to find a crystal right near that doorway we just passed. So a little deja vu for you. Go through this, turn right, and you'll find it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the Slayer key, the Slayer gate, and the Empyrean key, kind of all in one, since it's all real close to each other. You can see the key up there, but you can't reach it unless you come over and press this button. When you press this button, a little platform is going to rise up from the ground. Hop on top of that, and then break through the little vent up here. There's also one behind you, which we'll go through in a moment. And you got the keys. And the Slayer gate is actually really close by. It's actually right here. And you know the drill. Complete this encounter and you will get the Empyrean key. And there it is. Alright, so let's go back to where we just were, on our path to get the purple key. We're going to stand on that box, and now we're going to jump through the opposite vent. Not that one, but this one over here that's not broken yet. And there's your record. Alright, so we're going to continue into the next section. There is one collectible over here in the back. I don't think you're going to miss it, but you'll notice that it is behind a locked door. So you have to go this way, which is story related. But the detour is right here through this little vent. And the final 3 items in this mission is at the very, very end. They're all 3 of them are real close to each other. So if you're just looking to get the collectibles, this will be it for you. If you want the extra life as well, we do have one more of those. But that's the battery. Right below us is the Codex. And then through the next door to the left will be the suit point. So that's it for just the collectibles. Now we are going to go and find the extra life. Now the extra life is in the middle of this encounter. Just kind of stay along the right side, and then you're going to see a bar that you can swing on. And right beyond that is the extra life. Bam, there you go. Alright, we're hopping over to the Sentinel Prime. This is the 8th mission. There are 10 exploration collectibles, 1 Praetor Suit Point, and then 9 Codex Entries. That's it. There are no secret encounters, but there are 2 extra lives, which of course I'll show you. Now this will be the one and only time I'm going to show you the map, because it's a very narrow, linear, relatively short path. So it's going to be really easy to find these collectibles. Having said that, here's the first of 10. The second one is going to be right inside this door here. Go around to the back side. Hit the skull switch. We're going to take this little elevator down. Right in front of us, after a brief little cutscene, is going to be the Codex Entry. Alright, so after going through this big circle room, you're going to come into here. You're going to see the collectible right in your path. Now we'll see another one behind the gate, so just go around it. You really are not going to miss that one. You might miss this next one, so we're going to jump up here, jump across. You're supposed to turn right and go down that path. You need to look left first, and if you do, you'll see that entry. You'll also see another skull switch here. So we're going to interact with this. It's going to lower down a wall, and we're going to be able to jump across and pick up the extra life. Okay, so going back around on the path, you're going to enter this next big room. We're going to be 2 stairs going up. Stay low, go over to the back right corner. You'll find that Codex entry. It's possible you missed that one as well. But now we're going to go up the stairs, and we're going to circle around. We're going to turn right. The collectibles are going to be actually to the left, but you have to go right and jump across. We're going to loop around. You'll see the Praetor Suit Point right in front of us. There will also be an extra life. "40 feet away." Alright, so continue on. You're going to see a question mark just up ahead. I'm going to just show you the map here because we're going to transition to another area after this one. So before you take the elevator, make sure you pick up that Codex entry. Then take the elevator. When you get to the top, turn around and you'll see the Codex entry. And that's it. Alright, mission number 9, Taurus Nabad, has 25 collectibles. It's actually going to introduce a new type to us called a mastery token. Those are going to be used for upgrading one of your weapons to master level once you've unlocked all the perks for it, mods for it. So here's the first collectible. First of 25, right near the very beginning, we're going to come out of this tunnel. And we're going to find a Kodak. You see, well, that's not a Kodak. That's something else down there. What we're going to do is actually jump over here to this little island. Now, you see the Kodak. It's really easy to find. Most Kodaks in this game are. But now that other item that we saw, which is a Sentinel Battery, can be found by coming down behind it, break through the wall, pick up the battery, and now we're going to go get number 3, which is a record. So we're going underneath an archway. Basically from the previous spot, you can see there's a question mark down below. And down below is down just over here. Be careful. Be prepared to jump and then dash over to this platform. Let's go get a Praetor Suit Point next. You're going to see on this path here, that just follow the main story path, the objective, the entire time, and you'll actually be en route, in line with all these collectibles. Alright, so you have to jump up to this bridge, and just to the left when you enter this next area, turn left to get the suit point. Alright, so the next step is going to be a secret encounter. Now this is a big area, big encounter is going to happen here, and a lot of other things happen around here as well. So first thing, clear the objective, defeat all the enemies, and then come in back here, break through the wall, and now you have a secret encounter. Now don't mind me, I'm going to use the BFG because, well, I failed a couple times in a row. Didn't want to make it a hat trick, so BFG. Looks like I got a little cleanup here to do. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to introduce you to a mastery token. This is going to be very close. Go back to where the secret encounter orb was, and then there's a little hallway with a button. So there's the token. Now again, remember, these tokens are going to allow you to completely master a weapon without doing that final requirement. So find whichever gun that's going to give you the most trouble and is not as easy to farm, and use the token on it. Okay, so from that same token, we're going to go get the Sentinel Battery, which is across the way. So a few things we have to do here. First, we have to jump all the way over here to the opposite corner, break open the statue to reveal a button. Now this gate's going to open up, and there's a chain attached to a weight. You need to break the chain. There's going to be a little a green thing. You just got to do a melee punch on it. Jump over, break it open, and it's going to open the floor below. So you're just going to drop on the floor, and there's going to be the battery. Alright, next up is going to be another Praetor Suit Point. We're going to go underground. This is the story path, so figure it out. And when you come up the opposite side, there's going to be a Praetor Suit Point behind you. You probably saw it earlier, but just couldn't reach it. There we go. Turn around. Alright, very close by we have a Codex entry. We're going to go into the next area. You're going to see the entry. It's going to be front and center. There it is. Now there's also a toy in this back corner over there. So that question mark. What we need to do, again, go to the opposite corner, kitty corner, break open the statue, and hit the button once again. A lot of buttons in this mission. Now with the button open, you actually have to stand on this little pedestal here, and this is what's going to raise the gate, allowing you to access the toy. Alright, next up is going to be an extra life. Again, these aren't required for the collectibles. You do need to get 20 of them in a single save file. So here is an extra life. Come to this area, and you're just simply going to drop down the hole in the middle. Now we're going to climb up and pick up the Codex entry on the way out of this room. Alright, so for the next step, we're going to get the Slayer key, go to the Slayer gate, and then complete that encounter and get the Empyrean key. So let's go ahead and do that. You're going to get to another puzzle area where you're going to be draining the water a few times. And at the very end of it, you can finally open the gate and release yourself. Now you're going to be tempted to follow the mission objective because that's what we've been doing, and I told you to do that. Well, we need to take a detour. Don't go straight, turn left, and follow this around to the key. The gate's going to open. The Slayer key is going to be used on the Slayer gate, which is nearby. Complete this encounter, and if you did all the other Slayer gates, you will actually earn a trophy. Don't forget to pick up the key as well. Sometimes that trophy will distract you, but stay on point, guys. Get that Empyrean key. So moving on, we got a toy. This is another encounter area. You can see the toy, the question mark behind the wall there. You have to come around on the right and break through the wall to double back to it. And as you can see, there's also a secret encounter here. So I grabbed the toy first because I didn't want the toy getting in the way of my capture. A bunch of enemies start coming out and it'd be a mess. So here's the secret encounter. I'm just going to use the BFG once again. Made very, very, very short work of that. All right, so now that all that Slayer stuff is done, we're going to get the 13th collectibles, the Codex. We're climbing ourselves out of, it looks like a big well here, doesn't it? We're going to get up to the top. There's 2 collectibles. One Codex entry, and then you can see a Sentinel Battery. So as you're coming out of that big pit, make sure you just turn around. Now jump over this gigantic demon's leg, and you're going to see another Praetor hologram. All right, number 16 is a toy. So I'm at that Praetor Suit Point. I'm going to turn, look for a wall you can bust open. Try to hit it as hard as you can. Extra life number 2, you're going to come up to this little kind of circly thing. Not going to be difficult at all to find this, but you will eventually run into the extra life. Just got to double back. So just keep circling around. Don't go outside just yet. And there's the second extra life. Now we're going to get another Praetor Suit. Now, you see there's 2 collectibles in front of me. We're actually going to go to and get the one above me first. So we're going to take this little elevator lift. And then just circle around on the outside here. You will eventually get to it. It is a circle, after all. All right, now we got that. We're going to go get the battery. And the Codex file as well. I'm sorry, it's a crystal, Sentinel Crystal, not a battery. So we're going to get the crystal and the Codex. Here's the crystal. It's going to be hard to miss these. And then go to the opposite side. And there we go. I believe this is the final extra life here. You're going to see a long bridge and you're going to see a hole that we have to drop down and then swing and dash over to where the extra life is located. Alright, so you got a Codex. You're going to have to do a little puzzle to open these big gigantic doors. There's the objective marker in front of you, but go past it. You'll see the Codex entry. Now you're going to come to a room with a big skull. And we're going to find a record, but first we need to go behind this big gigantic skull. Hit a button. And then we're going to use these blue jets to push ourselves up into the air and then dash over to a secret area where you're going to find the question mark. Now it can be a little tricky, this one. So where is it? Well, it is way up somewhere over there. Yeah, there it is, right where I'm aiming. So we're going to use this blue thing. Now, if done properly, you can jump up here and dash right through the wall and grab the question mark. If not done properly, well, you have to do it a second time. To be honest with you, it was 4 times, but I edited it out. Alright, so that's it. That's that. The Praetor Suit Points going to be next on our agenda. You can see the question mark. You can see the objective. It's a big, gigantic hole that you're going to fall down. Before you fall down it, make sure you grab the suit point. And then after you grab the suit point, just don't go jumping down the hole just yet. The next collectible is probably the hardest thus far. There's a secret area you can break into halfway down this free-falling area. You can see that question mark kind of hovering in the air. It's on a little platform, but it's actually in a wall that you have to break open. So I'm going to use my long-range scoped weapon here. See if I can find it. There's a little gate right there. There's a couple. Make sure you're looking on the right side. And then down below, you see 2 kind of like rings on the bottom. The top of the ring, right where I'm aiming right now, there's a barrier there that you can break open. So I'm going to kind of do a little jump right before I reach that point to kind of slow myself down. Jump, double jump, and dash into there. If you fail to get it, just reload your checkpoint. You can try again. Alright, so the final 2 collectibles are literally right next to each other on the way to the very end. Very difficult to miss it. The first is this Codex entry, and then there's going to be another mastery token on the ground right in front of us, and that is gold right there. So make sure you pick that up, and that is going to close out mission number 9. We've made it to mission number 10. This is Nekravol. There are only 13 collectibles here. Of course, I'll show you the extra lives and the 2 secret encounters. Since there's only 13, one would get the sense that perhaps maybe we're winding this thing down. Alright, so the first one, right off the bat, as you're heading towards the front gate at the beginning, you're supposed to go off to the right, but instead you're going to go over to the left and find the crystal. Alright, so go back the other way, and before you drop down this pit, jump over to the back corner. Now we have an extra life. I'm on the other side of that gate. We've completed this encounter here, and now you got to stand on these little green circles to open this big gigantic door, which opens quite slowly. Once this little cutscene is over, we are actually going to avoid going down there and hop on these poles, and we're going to get up very, very, very high. There are actually 2 things we're going to get here. First of which is the extra life. So we're going to, on this last pole, you're going to have to double jump, dash over to this wall. It's a very narrow wall, and then jump into the next window, or the window that's next to it. And that is the extra life. Now we're going to drop down a hole that's just to my right, and pick up the toy. Now you feel free to go through the double doors, jump down the big gigantic hole, do this encounter in this area, and then once it's complete, we're going to make our way up. We're going to climb, and instead of going left, you want to go right. Actually, I don't even think you can go left, but you can go straight. So go right. Alright, so next up, we're going to have a mastery token. So this is the left path. I guess there is a left. And we are going to go enter this room with the trap in it that comes down from the ceiling. After you complete it, the mastery token will be available. Use that spot, by the way, if you want to complete the mission challenge for crushing people with the environment. Alright, so next up is a Praetor Suit Point. So from that previous location, just go into the next room, talk to this dude here, pick up his money. Looks like a coin. Alright, so from that spot, we're actually going to do a little maneuver. This is a little tricky to find. We're going to go over the nearby ledge, and we're going to jump, hop, and then kind of turn backwards into the hole, and boy, did I almost screw that up. So there's a secret encounter here. It's very easy, but it is a very narrow passageway, so be mindful of that. Maybe not the best idea to use the rocket launcher in close quarters, but nonetheless, secret encounters complete. Now continue going through this little route where the secret encounter was, and we're going to come out the other side. So you're going in one way, coming out the other. Jump up here, and you'll be right at the base of a toy. Alright, next up is an extra life, number 2. You're going to move on, you're going to do an encounter, and then you're going to have to double back to this wall here. Now this is part of the story path, so don't worry if you can't find the location. Always just go towards the next objective. So now, once you get up here, just immediately take this hallway, and it'll lead you right to the extra life. Alright, so now I am underneath a couple things here, and I'm climbing up. I'm coming up out of this lift to this new area. This thing opens up, and there's a wall you can break open. There's 2 collectibles, not 1, but 2. So there's a toy and then a mastery token. Alright, continue on your way through those little crushing things to get to the other side. Open up the gate that's in the next room, and then you're going to be in the section I'm at now. There are two collectibles we're going to get here. One is a codex at the end of this. Now we are actually going to go below us, and you can see there's a question mark there. In order to get down there, you're going to have to look for those little blocks that come up, and then jump underneath it. Jump down and around. You got to be underneath it. And be quick. You may have to dash out of there in time. But there is the cheat code for famine mode. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the second door switch in this area that you need to activate. Once I've done that, I'm going to head back to the starting area of this portion. So that is through the 2 original crushers, broken walls there to the left. And now the secret encounter is now available to you. So this is the second one. There's only 2. Not too difficult. I'm just going to use the BFG for the sake of time. Apparently one shot wasn't enough. There we go. Secret encounter completed. So let's move on to the record. The secret encounter also holds a collectible behind it. So just go back to where the secret encounter was and you'll find the record, which takes you right back to where the first gate was. Alright, so this is the final area of the game. I'm at the very back of the last arena. And I'm going to swing back towards the front where you enter this, but up high and to the right to grab this one up. After you grab it, stay up here, don't drop down, because we are going to swing over to the opposite side here in front of me. You can see the little gray strip of land there that I haven't uncovered. Well, that is where we're going. So hop over to the center, all the way out. Now watch for these crushing things. Watch for the flames. A whole bunch of things here to try to kill you. As long as you get to the end without dying, you'll pick up the final collectible. And that'll do it for the Nekravol mission. Well, boy, I hope you liked Nekravol, because we are doing Nekravol Part 2. There are 15 collectibles here. There are no more Slayer gates, so we don't have to worry about that. But there are 2 secret encounters, which we're going to find, as well as 3 extra lives. Speaking of extra lives, that'll be the first thing I show you here. It's going to be on the left side of the bridge. There's 4 things to the left side of this bridge just ahead. Now look for the second large statue on the left-hand side. Behind it and down below is a jump pad. So the second statue on the left, and we're going to jump over to that spinning fire trap there. And then make your way counterclockwise or clockwise around this until you get to the extra life. Now, if you look on the distance just to the left, there's a wall you can jump and climb over to. So I was afraid that fire was about to burn my butt. Okay, so we're going to jump over here. Now the first true collectible here is going to be a mastery token. Same thing, follow it around. Now before you jump over to the bridge, jump over to another wall on the left-hand side. You see the question mark, that is going to be a record album. Behind that is a secret encounter. Now I'm going to go ahead and trigger the secret encounter. You can see our current location here on the map. And this encounter is going to bring us a couple of those floating round eyeball things. There we go. Secret encounter completed. It is time to go across the bridge to the other side and then follow up the path to where I'm currently located. And we're just going to keep following this straight back. We're going to find a Sentinel Crystal. You're supposed to go that way to the left. Instead, turn to your right. And that'll be the last Sentinel Crystal, I believe. Alright, so the next encounter they're going to come to, you're going to see a secret encounter and a couple other things nearby. We have a set of 3 items grouped together. First of which is this Codex. Just down the road from the Codex is 3 collectibles real close together, but the 2 are in the same room. So we're just going to continue down this path, break open a barrier, and find a secret toy. In front of that is the secret encounter. Again, narrow hallway. But we got some armor to take down. There we go. It's totally complete. Alright, so we're not going to go in that main room again. We're going to stay back here and go to the question mark that is down below. So turning around. Passing where the secret encounter is. Now in this area, we're going to drop down to the first ledge. And then you see there's a breakable wall over here. So we got to jump over and break through it to get the cheat code. And then you can continue dropping down because that is the story path. Alright, so after the next big encounter, follow the objective marker, which takes you through this little pathway, and you'll run right into the Codex. You can't possibly miss that one. About 20 feet past that, on the left-hand side of the wall, you can break it open and get a record. Okay, we got another toy nearby. So we're going to continue this path here. Now you got these spinning section. What we're going to do is jump to a wall below the center spinning plate in the middle, and then turn around and jump back to the toy. After you got that, make your way all the way up to the top. Make your way to the map. Once you get to the map location, turn around and jump across back for the extra life. Okay, I hope you're excited about getting a Praetor Suit Point, because that's what's coming up next. You can see we are now making our way up really more than anything. And in this room, you got a couple gates that open and shut. We have to break through the wall here. Behind that is going to be the suit point. Now we're going to find another codex kind of in our path. So from that Praetor Suit Point, I'm going to jump across through the other gate. And again, the codex is right in front of you. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple wall platforming jumps up. Now once we're up, we're going to drop down. We're going to let this airlift thing push us up. Now you can see a extra life in the very top. Don't worry about that. We're going for this question mark first. And I'm going to turn around and then kind of back into it. There's a wall you can break open right there. So hit it on the way down or on the way up, and then just jump in there and grab the toy. You already know where the extra life is at, so I probably don't need to show you. But there it is above me. We're going to have to drop down and use the push thing here and grab the wall up here, and then we can jump off and grab it. And I somehow fell. No worries. A little bit later on, you're going to have this little circular item on the map, and we're just going to go around to the back and grab the Praetor Suit. Pretty easy. We got two more. Next up is a cheat code. You can see is actually right below my current location. Now when you get up here, you're going to take an elevator up here. You have to complete that entire encounter first. Once you've done that, we're going to back out through the elevator shaft into this little opening, pick up the cheat code, and the final collectible here in this mission is right in front of you. So just walk forward. That's it. Alright, we're traveling over to Urdak now. This is going to contain 14 collectibles. This is going to be the final mission related video. There is one more mission after this. There's only one collectible, so I'll just tack it on the end of this. So let's go ahead and find the first codex, shall we? As soon as you spawn in, go through the door, turn your left. Alright, now we have a mastery token. You're going to go through another door here, and you're going to see the laser grid in front of you. Now this is part of the story path here. You're going to shoot that button, jump across, turn around. You can shoot the button above to pull a pedestal down. So now we're going to jump down, and we're going to wait for this thing to go all the way back to the top, and we can now take an alternate route and climb up this wall. Turn around, jump back. In the center of this room is going to be the mastery token. Alright, so just a little bit later on, we're following the path, and you're going to see there's going to be a question mark right above you. And this is part of the story path, and it's going to lead you to a codex. I don't think it's possible to miss this one. You'd have to really try really hard not to get it. But you want to pick that up. Now, you're supposed to jump through that gate in front of you. We're not going to do that. Instead, from that same spot, we got to go get another question mark over to our left. So we're just going to kind of turn 45 degrees to our left and jump up and break through a hidden room that contains the record. How about I show you an extra life? A little bit later on, right before you get to the secret encounter, you're going to be able to climb up into this vent here and follow it around. And before you get to that breakable wall, now this is story path, before you get to that breakable wall, you can go up in here and pick up that extra life. And now you're presented with the secret encounter just after that. Not too difficult, so here it goes. Oh, first thing you need to do is actually push the box all the way to the other side. And once you're on the other side, then you just have to jump up into the hole. And there she is. I'm just going to gather them all up and then just do a BFG. And there we go. Alright, so after that, directly after that, you're going to do some wall climbing here. Going from one and then to another, ultimately to a pole just above us. And then swing through the grate just beyond it. Now, instead of going forward, turn around and actually jump back and then swing up to where the question mark is. And there you go, Metalhead. That is your final record if you've been getting them all along and did the fortress stuff. Alright, so I'm going to pick things up from that last spot. We're just going to turn back around and we're going to pick up a sexy mastery token. So again, you can take the pole if you want, or just double jump over here and then jump up and then turn around. Once again, we're going to kind of backtrack just a little bit and pick up that mastery token. Alright, so in that next encounter that you go to, before you leave, there's going to be a codex up high. Make sure you grab that. Go to the next encounter, and then after that encounter, you're going to come down this path here. We're going to go down a little bit. Now, there's a little spot between the rocks here. We need to drop down roughly at about this position and then boost into a hidden room over here where the question mark is. Oh, I almost blew it again. Alright, so this is the next encounter area here, and you can see there is one Praetor Suit upgrade in this area. This was a pretty big combat area, you may remember it. Now there is a hidden door up there, or a hidden barrier you gotta break open. You're gonna have to do a very tricky double jump dash combo to get up to this suit point. Alright, we got a codex file here. You can see we're not far from the previous spot. You got a couple question marks in front of us, so let's just go ahead and knock these both out. We're just going to keep following this path here. I'm just going to skip past these guys. We're going to grab this codex, and there's a pretty tall pile of rocks in front of us. I'm going to jump on top of that to then jump over to that next question mark. So technically we just ran under this a moment ago. So from that rock formation, you can jump up to that location, grab the toy, and we're going to get another suit point. As you see, the objective is taking you... There's not much left here, but you're going to see the actual Praetor Suit hologram kind of in the background as you're approaching that. Just go to the back of the room. No biggie. Alright, so finally, we got a cheat code. This is actually going to be the last cheat code that you can find. So you see the objective marker. Instead of going to it, we're actually going to take a detour path down the left. Well, it's actually not a detour. It's technically a story path. But you're going to interact with that console. After the cutscene ends, you're going to turn around and now go through the door on the right. Now we're just going to follow around the left side, and we're going to have to break through this wall to grab the cheat code. Now, I'm going to pop the trophy here, but it is worth noting that there is one additional cheat code that you get when you've completely upgraded the Praetor Suit. So I'll just show you here real quick. I'm going to do my final upgrade, and I earned a cheat code there. And I also got another trophy for an unrelated thing for upgrading the suit. Alright, so the final toy is going to be over here in this room. There's something quite enjoyable about the final few collectibles in a game. You start popping a whole bunch of trophies. There you go, playlist sold separately. Alright, so we're going to get an extra life. You can see the objective. It's actually down below me. And I'm going to have to swim in this purple water all the way down to the bottom. At this point, you may not need the extra lives unless you're doing the extra life mode. Alright, so this is a secret encounter plus a extra life. Now, this is actually earlier in the mission, but for some reason I never found a way to get up here. So what I did is I just got to the end of the mission, and then I used the fast travel, and I was able to select this point. And here we go. So out the window, I'm going to break through the rock, get the extra life, and then right down the hall is the secret encounter. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe I didn't figure it out. Maybe someone can post in the comments, but the only way that I was able to get here was using the fast travel system once I got to the end of the level. Which worked out well because it puts you like 10 feet away. I should be using the, I wasn't using the right weapon there. Alright, so that's it for that mission. Now I just want to show you Final Sin. There's only one collectible, but there are a few extra lives. So again, if you're doing the extra life mode, those 4 extra lives may be very critical to you as you're heading towards the final boss. And if you're short on lives and you need that trophy, just as a reminder, you can do extra life mode on any difficulty. You can even do it on easy, thankfully, because them harder difficulties are hard. Alright, so there's extra life number 1. There's another extra life that's going to be above us. And we're going to have to break through this wall. You know what? I don't think you can actually miss this one. I think the game knows where you're about to go, so it's kind of preparing you a little bit. It's extra life number 2. Alright, so here is the one, Codex. There's a 2-story building. There's also an extra life in here. There's a pair of elevators around the corner. So we're going to do 2 things. One, we're going to go to the fire elevator, look through the doors, and shoot that marker. Now I'm going to go in the other elevator, climb up to the top, and the final Codex is going to be right next to us here. Which, of course, will pop yet another trophy. If I can only read. Alright, so there's an extra life. The reason why I had you hit that little marker was so you can move the elevator out of the way so you can come back down here. Now, I actually picked it up earlier. I didn't get the capture. So the final collectible here in the main story missions is another extra life. It's actually not a collectible, but you're just going to have to take this boost to the wall. That was from the ground floor. Then take the stairs up. And then we're going to find a center column here full of gook. We're going to go around on the back side here and break in, drop down, and pick up that extra life. And that'll do it. And now there are 13 more collectibles in the Fortress of Doom. It's the hub world. Now I'm not going to show you the locations of all 13 of them because basically you're just spending the Sentinel batteries that you've collected and unlocking them. I spent 2 hours showing you the battery location, so you'll be fine. But I do want to show you this cheat code here. This one's kind of tricky. For this, what you need to do is jump up into this higher ledge. Now you can't access it unless you shoot this stained glass looking window with the red dot on it, which will give you a little support here. Jump up and drop down into the hole I'm about to jump over. All right, and then there's another cheat code that is off one of the wings here. You're going to need to spend, of course, 2 Sentinel batteries to get in here. You'll unlock that suit. But you'll also find the cheat code out here if you drop down and then kind of boost into the hidden area like we've done many times already. So that's all the collectibles. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'd appreciate it if you guys hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon.